Hi, I'm Marty Amco, and this is a short story about suppressed anger. I call it a bomb. Here's how we begin. Here's how a nuclear bomb works. In an enclosed space, neutrons are shot at nuclei of plutonium. That breaks up the nuclei. When enough nuclei break up, the bomb reaches critical mass and explodes. Atoms, quote-unquote nuclei, broke up easily. For example, in the first grade, he got frustrated having to wait for his turn to read, so some of his nuclei broke up. When kids wouldn't pass him the basketball, he'd blurt, "Come on, pass me the ball." Of course, that made kids pass him the ball less often. More nuclei broke up. Each time a girl refused to go out with Adam, more nuclei broke up. Each time he got a B when he thought he deserved an A, more nuclei broke up. When Adam became an architect and his job was mainly looking up code requirements rather than designing buildings, more nuclei broke up. When his wife left him because he wasn't sexual enough for her, lots of nuclei broke up. Indeed, that's what brought him to critical mass. For example, around that time, Adam even fantasized about blowing up one of the mini mansions he designed. Adam lived his last years near critical mass, but he never blew up. The closest he came was a deathbed letter that he left for his best friend. Dear Jesse, I've lived a life of barely contained fury, and I'm proud that I never blew. Now that this may be the last time I'm coherent enough, I'd like to unbridled tell you why I've walked this earth so angry. The pretty people get such an unfair advantage. They did nothing to earn their looks, yet get a huge edge in relationships and in their career. People are polite to me, but never do what they do for the pretty people. We moderates are not embraced. If you're a hard leftist, you have your fans. If you're a hard conservative, you have your fans. But if you're a moderate, you inspire no one. Again, people are polite to you, but no more. That's unfair because in the end, Aristotle's golden mean has proven the wise road much more often than radicalism has. I've killed myself my whole life to be a great architect, and yet I've always struggled. Yet I've seen far worse architects who, because they networked well, or were of the right category, do far better than they deserve on the merits. Nothing infuriates me as much as seeing merit increasingly taking a back seat to other factors. Well, I guess one thing makes me even more furious: media bias. Media bias? Well, the media has more power even than the reviled military-industrial complex to control public policy. They have wrested power from the people because the media controls what the public believes and votes for. Because of that power, the media has a sacred obligation to not brainwash people, but to present the full range of benevolently derived ideas, not just those ideas that are popular within journalists' little echo chamber. The media has become agitator-in-chief and censor of ideas that don't comport with theirs. They do that to a far greater extent than did even Joe McCarthy, whom the media continues to harp on 75 years later. Jesse, I don't feel better having unloaded on you, but it's the most pro-social thing I can do at the end of my life, or at least I believe so. Jesse, I've made gentle efforts to discuss these things during my lifetime, but each time I have been met with silence or even name-calling, or even it's hurt my career. I have not been brave enough to raise these issues as boldly as I have here. So Jesse, you would do me the greatest favor if, after I die, you sent this around to folks. Jesse, thanks for considering that. I love you. I'm Marty Nemko.